Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to FXSTREAM. This is my new map, Cryo Chamber.
Wake up. Wake up.
So as you can see, we start off in a cryo chamber, and you've got your brother's pod next to you, and you can spawn in either location, so you can be either one of the brothers. And this is where you start, in this sort of creepy looking room, feeling a bit old, feeling hungry and tired and, you know, worn out, with these 3 crazy tubes in there. So let's get going and let's show you what this map's all about. So let's power up the tubes.
Portal breach.
Okay, let's not choose the red one again. This takes us upstairs to another pod. Another part of the chamber, rather. So, eat me. Drink me. Yeah, 300-year-old food's not a good idea. So we'll drink this time. And we start off just on the other side of the chamber with some low-level mobs. Just take them out quickly and then we'll move on.
Security station.
So this takes us to the security wing. So it's had an undesired effect and it's put us in the middle of nowhere. So this is one of these huge rooms that we've introduced, and it's absolutely massive. So we've tried to utilise all the space we could.
Activated. Deactivated. You are getting closer. You are getting closer.
bro. I managed to escape. Use the tunnel below. I also rigged this place with TNT. Blow this hellhole and meet me in the lab. Hurry. So there's the tunnel. Let's do it. And there we go. Cryo chamber. If you're feeling brave enough, guys, get yourself in this and download it, play it. It's taken me a lot of time to do. So now we're going to walk through the actual logic of it and all the map design and quickly run through how it was made. So we've, if I drop out to blueprint level. If I can get out that far. There we go. So what I've created is two zones, two areas, and we've got a small section here and a larger, huge section there. So we haven't really done much, but it's a case of utilising as much space as we can to give you sort of like a 15-minute game, a quick game of sort of like a survival type storyline, campaigny type thing. So we're going to start with the actual main starting point here. And this is full of logic. It's a bit of a mess, so I do apologise in advance. But this is the actual area here, the main starting area. And what we've done, we've used the actual centre area, which is normally closed off, and we've utilised that instead as the main starting area. And inside, it's just full of crazy logic that's doing lots of different things. It's a complete mess. But it's a case of, you know, going through things, experimenting, and eventually it sort of all came together. So so what we've got on here is all the random relays which actually spawn things randomly. So again, we've put a nice bit of logic in there so that nothing's the same. So every time you go into this area, it's going to change every time, and including the actual spawn. So we've got two sort of spawning areas, so you can spawn as either brother. So you start with the power core and you power up the power station. It enables all of these teleports. And rather than sit here going through all of this mess that you can hardly make out, we go up to the next level here. So this takes you up to the room above the chamber, into the second chamber. And there we have it. We've got cylinder triggers there for your food and your drink. And then we've got another portal there that takes you into the other room. Problem we had though is that because we've utilised so much of the resources, we've gone 70% network, 87% demons, it somehow started to bug out the map. Now what's happened, and hopefully Blizzard, hopefully id Software or Bethesda are going to fix this. I mean, you can see here I've got points of interest, and you're unable to go into them, and they're white. I don't know why they're white. I mean, I think that's because they're bugged. But for some reason I can't do anything with those, but they still work. So I'm going to leave them as they are, or what I was trying to do is actually spawn. So if you die later on in the map, you actually can spawn back in the other section, the security wing. But unfortunately that didn't happen because some of the logic just didn't want to work. So I've had to leave it as it is, and I spent hours. And I was 3/4 of the way through it, and I thought, all right, I'm going to leave it there because it still works. I'll have to put that portal in to get you back to the other side. It's a small workaround, but it actually does the job. And it's not too much. I mean, for example, here we've got a HUD settings, and this didn't work, but I was able to delete the logic chain and create a new HUD settings, which does work. So it allows me to go in and make changes, but unfortunately this one, it just doesn't do it. Bit weird. Not sure why, but hopefully they fix that in some patches or the next DLC, whatever. But be careful of that. So make sure you keep saving, and if you do get a bug, always make sure you probably save a couple of versions of it. That might be an idea in different stages, just in case you don't have to go back too far. Otherwise, I would have done. So this is pretty much the section here. If you shoot this, I've got a shootable trigger that will give you a nice surprise. And you've got all the messages that go through the message section, and then the mobs, of course, usual standard. So then this takes you through, once you've hit this power station, this teleports you all the way over through into the security wing. And what this is an absolutely huge section of kit. And there was so much logic involved in this. I mean, it's immense. And it's taken me a long time to make it, but it's worth it, because I've, you know, although it's 15 minutes, it's a great 15 minutes, and I've really enjoyed making it. And this is the whole thing of Snapmap. If you enjoy it, which I do, and I know there's stacks of you out there who have submitted your maps to me already, and you love it as well. So, you know, it's all good, it's all creative and all positive. It's brilliant. So anyway, as you come in, you get beamed onto this little mat here. But bear in mind, if you're creating a map, you can't actually set this as a spawn location. So if you try and add someone onto here, which I'll show you now. So where is it? One sec. So player start. You're unable to spawn them on any of those mats. Hopefully they might fix that again, because that's a problem. But you're allowed to teleport to it, and it does hold your weight up, so I don't see why you can't use that as a spawn location. I've tried making the mat area a bit bigger as well, and it still didn't work, so unfortunately that's a bit of an issue. So what we've got here is all these triggers as you you teleport in, and then what we've done, we've hidden all of these mats that go up to make the sky bridge, or sky stairways, whatever you want to call them. And then we've got timers, so as you click the panel over here, these will all show up for 10 seconds, and then once they've the timer's up, the timer will stop that and hide them all again. So you've got 10 seconds to get up there, which is nice and fun. And this takes you up to a box trigger here, and then that box trigger creates loads of different events and also enables that teleport, which will bring you out and take you down over to here. So that's the workaround I've got so far. But anyway, this random relay will start several different events. You know, like the mobs up there on that platform, it will start a wave event there, and which increases and escalates as well. So, you know, the way I wanted to design this map was the fact that, you know, as I've been teaching or putting these tutorials down, I've learned myself at the same time, and it's really, really good and so important to make sure you randomize things in your map design, because it keeps it fresh. It keeps people, you know, rather than just having a one hit, one go map, this is something you can play a couple of times, and it's going to be completely random every time. So I don't think there's ever going to be well, there probably will be, but I'm saying there's a slim chance where it's going to be exactly the same every time. Now I've played this map probably about 30 times, and it's different every time, and that's really cool. And I I like that, and there's so much more I could be doing, but again, my resources are limiting it. I wanted to do more, but it's come to a sort of like a grinding halt now. So I thought, okay, well, we'll stop there, we'll leave it as it is and just roll with it. So you've got all these different random relays affecting different things. It's important to have that randomizing throughout. So as we go up the platform, sorry, I forgot to mention, we've got like we've utilized some of these as well to create sort of like nice sort of jumpy parts, so it risks you killing yourself to get all these additional goodies, you know, things like in here, points of interest and such and such. So as you go up to the platform, you've got all these mobs, and if you kill them, certain other mobs spawn, and then we've got another couple of jumping platforms and triggers as well. And as you go up here, we put all this debris up here as well in these columns, just to give it sort of like an archaic, demonic type, chaotic feel, you know. As we go up, we've got all these different platforms and blocking mechanisms and more logic going up. And as you go further up, we've got these platforms with additional goodies on there, so you can get on them. And what we've done, rather than a lot of people thinking, oh, how are you going to get up there to get this mega health? But what we've done, we've put in these player blocking volumes as invisible bridges. And again, I'd recommend that for, you know, if people are exploring your map properly, or they want to get into it a little bit more, you don't want to just sort of like leave it so people jump and they have to try and keep jumping it. Put little hidden bits in like this. It's important because you're thinking of the players that are playing it as well, and that's really key, because it shows you're putting thought into, you know, it's like your customer base, really, your people that want to play your map. You want them to enjoy it and discover things, and if they find that, they think, oh well, you know, they've put a little bit of extra thought into that. Actually, while we're here, we'll move that. That's in the wrong place. That's it. So what you find is we've put all these blocking volumes in here. We've also put box triggers in. Now these are great because what these are again, they're just other triggers, and they're visible triggers that you can't bypass. And again, what that's doing as you're going up the steps is hitting another random relay, spawning different types of mobs, and starting wave events again. So you know this will go up to that random relay. It will start that wave event that's all the way down the bottom there, and it'll also start things like you've got these well, they cacodemons up the top here. They're spawned down on you, or you know you've got other things that are going on. Now, where was I? I've lost my way now. There I am over here. That's it. So so what it will do, it will just spawn different things, random things again, which is what you want. And the thing is, what you'll notice is if I kept dying on the on my live round, you'll see that more mobs are spawning, because what's happening is I left a couple of these blocking triggers in, that as you're going up, say this one here for example, it will keep doing it, and it will keep starting another wave of events. So the more times you die, the more times, or if you run backwards and you're running away like a chicken, it's going to start wave events again, and that's what you want. And so there's continuous mobs coming, you know, in different strengths and different varying in different waves, you know, things like that. But there's always things happening, and that's what you want. So the more people run away, they're going to get more mobs. So the worse you do, the worse it's going to become. So if you do good and you stay positive and stay strong, then you will succeed, and there'll be less mobs to kill. And as you go further up here, you've got the burning refreshment stand, which is always good. You know, hot Coca-Cola, you can't beat it. And you've got your usual mankibuses, and the spawning as one dies sort of thing. You know, chain of events again. And then we go further up, another box trigger, starting more waves and more relaying, and then another wave event. So you know, as you're going through here, this will either start this one, well, it will start that one. So you've got mobs ahead of you, and you've got mobs behind you as well, so you've got no escape from getting away from the encounters. And that's what you want, you know, confrontation. You've got another box trigger here, giving you some goodies, refreshments and shit. And then you get further up here, and yes, there are bucket loads of demons and shit like that, and I'll come on to that in a second. But as I said, I want to utilise this whole area. So what I've done at the very top, there's this area that wasn't being used, so I've put the main end boss in here. You know, he's packed full of health and stuff like that, and created these barricades, and created sort of like a parkour bridge to get you around the area of the outside, to utilise the whole map environment. And then round the other side we've got the bridge here, and what happens is, as once you kill all the 3 bosses, these 3 last sections of the bridge go in, which enables you to walk up there and get into one of the cells where the portal is up the top here. And you know, again, these areas here aren't used at all. They're just empty spaces. So I thought, right, I'll create them and turn them into a cell and use them. But again, you know, this is areas you can use for something. But the only problem I found is, and again, this is like the hovering part out there, you can't spawn your guy in here. Again, it's the same with monsters or demons. You can't place any objects in there, which is a bit of a shame, although it's a solid platform. But the thing is, if you've got a teleport, so you'll be teleporting into this area here, what's happening is, as you teleport in, other monsters or demons or whatever can teleport in behind you if you don't switch that facility, if you don't switch it to just human players. So what happened is they could follow you in here, and they can walk along here quite happily. So there's a bit of a two-way street with that. You know, people can walk in there, but you can't spawn in there. It's a bit shit, really. And again, I think that's a little bug or an oversight on Bethesda's or id Software's part. And the same for over here. So what happened is, as you go through, as you teleport into here, your last section, basically where you discover your brother's text on the wall and the tunnel, and your final sort of like firing mechanism, it'll spawn all these monsters here, as you saw in the play demo, and basically explode them all, and they're all on 0% or 1% health, so they'll all die, and it's sort of like a glory glory kill for the end final result, and the whole explosion part of the whole top layer. And again, the last thing is the end game. What happens? I haven't put anything else in. I've just wanted to kill. Once you hit that button, that's the end of your game. That is it. I didn't want to put anything else in. And of course, your little advertisement at the end. always good to put that in for your maps. It just shows creativity. And again, all of you guys should be doing this as well. It's good fun. It's a nice bit of tagging work for your own map. And if people want to get rid of it, then let them. But you know, it's your thing, it's your map. Do what you want, and that's something I wanted to do. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the map. Please, I'll put the tag below. Please play it, enjoy it, tell me what you think, and leave a comment below. It's always good news. And hope if there's anything I can help you with in terms of tutorials or how to design maps and you know, help you with your logic in some way, I'm more than happy to do it and spend my time doing that. And also, don't forget, and you know, people have been submitting maps to us and tags, so we've been enjoying watching all of them and playing them and reviewing them for you guys. Keep them coming in because they're great. They're really healthy for the Doom community, and we all enjoy it. So hope you like the video. Please like and sub as always. Stay cool, stay great, and catch you on another video, map and design. See you soon.